Late night host Bill Maher poking some fun, but also sounding the alarm at his fellow Democrats ahead of this year's midterms. Meanwhile, new polling shows Republicans have an early edge going into November, especially amongst independent voters. So is the Democrat Party in peril? Let's get reaction from Republican Senate candidate from Ohio, Josh Mandel, and Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who has endorsed him in that race in Ohio. Senator, let me start with you real quick. Is the Democrat Party in trouble? Just a simple question.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see in November not just a red wave, I think we're going to see a tsunami. I'll tell you, yesterday, Josh and I were barnstorming the state of Ohio. We're doing the same thing today. Everywhere we go, there are packed houses, there is enthusiasm, there is energy. People recognize we're on the wrong track. I mean, it is amazing, Pete. This White House has managed to get everything wrong. That's hard to do. You got inflation galloping out of control. You got $5, $6, $7 a gallon gas. You've got crime exploding. You've got the disaster of COVID lockdowns that people are fed up with beyond words. You've got the chaos at the southern border. And then you have the utter catastrophe of foreign policy on top of that. And I think we're going to see in November, Republicans, we're going to win the House, and I think we're going to win the Senate, too.
Yeah, you're right. You got to be really bad and really good at being bad if you want to get all those things wrong at the same time. Josh, in Ohio specifically, when you're talking to independents or maybe Democrats who are thinking about crossing the aisle, what issues have pulled them toward the Republican Party?
The top one is the Biden inflation tax. You know, the inflation was created by Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer with their reckless spending. And, you know, the Democrats like to talk about it in terms of spreadsheets and charts. But as I travel the state of Ohio, I'm talking to people who are really struggling. I was talking to a waitress the other day at a Waffle House in a town called Octa, Ohio. She works 12-hour days, and she's telling me she goes after work to the grocery store, can't afford groceries, to the gas station, can't afford to fill up her tank. And she's like, Josh, I'm a single mom. I'm just trying to do the right thing. And I think there's a lot of people like Teresa, the waitress I met, all throughout Ohio, Youngstown, Toledo, Canton, Akron, Cincinnati. I meet them everywhere, and they feel that the reckless spending by Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer has put the middle class and the working class in this position. And I think voters throughout my state and throughout the country are going to go into the polls in droves this November to vote out Democrats and bring in fiscal conservatives like me.
Before they vote,
Pete, it's so
go
bad
ahead.
Antifa can't afford bricks.
Then you know it's really bad, for sure. Josh, I want to get your take real quick, because before we get to November, it's Tuesday is the Republican primary in Ohio. Tight race that's changed a little bit in recent days. And we've got new Fox News polling that points out that in March you were ahead 20. It was all tight at the top with J.D. Vance at 11%. That changed, and now according to our polling, we're seeing 23% now with J.D. Vance. You're still at 18%, a big number of 25 undecided. Obviously, Josh, a big factor in that was former President Trump's endorsement of J.D. Vance. But talk to me about your position heading just a couple days into this and what differentiates you from other candidates.
Sure. Well, Pete, we're coming at you here from Northwest Baptist Church in Toledo, Ohio. Yesterday, we were at Victory Christian Church in Dayton. When we leave Toledo this morning, we're going to High Street Baptist Church in Columbus, and then we're going to Solid Rock Church in the Cincinnati area. I am running this campaign different. Instead of running it through traditional Republican Party groups, I am running the campaign through churches. And it's one of the reasons we're going to be victorious on Tuesday, because we have this army of pastors and Christian activists throughout this state who want to take the country back. They look at the secular left, they look at the radical left, just stomping on the Judeo-Christian bedrock of this country. And you're going to see moms and dads, grandparents, and just people who care about this country, patriots, come out on Tuesday to vote for me, Josh Mandel, because I'm the only candidate in this race who is a consistent, proven fighter for the values we hold dear. And I'm the only one who has the courage to stand up and say we must fight to protect the Judeo-Christian foundation of America. And the only way to protect that for our kids and grandkids is to send fighters to Washington. It's why I'm so proud to have Senator Cruz's endorsement. You know, he is a fighter. He's got backbone and a steel spine. And I'm going to Washington to be reinforcements for fighters like Senator Cruz.
Senator, last word. We've only got about 30 seconds, but, you know, there have been conservatives and Republicans on multiple endorsements in this race. Why have you chosen to endorse Josh Mandel?
Well, Pete, what I look for in endorsements is I look for the strongest conservative who can win. We know Josh can win. He's been elected statewide in Ohio twice. But he's also, of all of the candidates, he's got the strongest conservative record. He led the state of Ohio fighting against Obamacare. He's led in the state of Ohio fighting to protect the right to life. He's led in the state of Ohio fighting government spending, fighting debt, fighting for transparency and fiscal responsibility. And listen, I think Republican primary voters are tired of rolling the dice and not knowing what you're going to get. If you want someone who'll be a conservative fighter, the best way to do that is to elect someone who has a record of standing and leading and fighting. That's why I'm supporting Josh Mandel.
Well, the prize for you both, and Josh specifically, is that 25% of undecided, which is a huge number coming into this weekend that'll make or break this race for either side. Josh Mandel, Senator Ted Cruz, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it. Thank you.